Okay, so this is the second part of my Dawning of a Day lesson. Rudiments you'll need for measures 3 and 4 of Dawning of the Day are kind of special combo rudiments, especially in the roll rudiments. The first one is a 10-stroke roll, which sounds like this. It begins with a tap and ends with a tap. And basically what that is tap. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So tap, buzz, 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 tap. Tap, buzz, 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 tap. Okay? And a good way to practice that is by doing 2 16th note triplets and accenting the first tap and the last tap. Okay? Then instead of the taps in the middle, make them buzzes. And then bring the accents at the beginning and end of the for the taps down to a more reasonable playing height, and you get. Okay, and that begins on the right hand in this part, but it's also important that you be able to do that with your left hand. Okay. The next rudiment you'll need is another combo rudiment. This is the 5-stroke roll into the American 5-stroke roll, which we had at the very end of part 1, because it comes at the 4th beat of measure 2. And that's the 5-stroke, buzz, buzz, tap, into the American 5-stroke, tap, buzz, buzz. In triplet feel, that's... Okay, so that's another combo rudiment you need to know. Looking over this, one thing you want to be sure you can do cleanly is just singles. We have a lot of accented single 5s in here, and also just have really nice clean flams. Okay, once you have all that down, come back to this video. Hopefully you've practiced that and you're ready to continue. So what we have written, you'll see, is a dotted 8th with tremolos and an accent, which means a tapped roll, which is tied to a dotted 16th note with an accent, which means a tapped roll. Okay. In this notation, that suggests that the 16th note is actually part of the roll figure going into beat 2. We're talking about the 16th note that comes after that dotted 8th note. We want to ignore that for now. Let's just treat beat 1 as its own sort of rudiment, and that rudiment is the 10-stroke. Again, that's tap, buzz, 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 tap. Simple, simple. Okay, and then following it, we have 2 16th notes. One's tremoloed, the other is not tremoloed. Those are both rights. Followed by a tremoloed accented 8th note. Okay, and that is our 5 to American 5 combo rudiment. Okay, remember it's the 5 followed by the American 5 in triplet feel. Okay, so once you have those rudiments down, okay, you want to take those 2 beats and make it a more cohesive unit. So you're looking for an expression that's like this. Okay, so again, that's a 10 to a 5 to an American 5. Okay, that's a tough thing to do, but if you can get the underlying hand speed and figure out the relation between the taps and the buzzes in there, you can get that pretty easily. So if we move ahead, and we'll look to the third beat of the third measure of Dawning of the Day. Okay, we have a 16th note triplet, followed by a 16th note, followed by two 32nd notes. Okay, that last right hand tap is, of course, the downbeat of 4. Okay, so we have an accent there on the upbeat. We want to make sure that we bring that out. It gives our playing character and expression. Okay, so once you have that down, we'll move on to 4. We have two 16th notes. The second 16th note is a accented left hand. Okay, and that leads into 32nd notes. So what you want to do is practice your single fives. Okay, and then just add a right before that. And that's how you read that. And that's starting on the, that's ending with the accented 8th note on the downbeat of measure 4. Okay, so it's important to look at beats 3 and 4 together, because they make up their own sort of mini phrase. So when you put them together, it's okay. So that's really important to get down, to get that expression, to get the left-handed accents in there, particularly. So when you add sort of the two mini phrases that make up measure 1, you have, or excuse me, measure 3, you get this. Okay. Okay, and the accents are really important there. We don't have any substantial crescendos or decrescendos there, so the accents give it the feel and the flavor that we need in order to really express this right. So if we move on, we look to the 4th measure. We have an accented 8th note, all right, followed by an accented left flam, which means that both the accent, the stick height on the right accent and the stick height on the left flam are going to be the same height. Okay, and then we have another left hand, and that's not accented. So you're going to have to really control the stick height of the left hand when you do that left flam and then left tap. Okay, there should be a noticeable difference. Okay, and the second beat is two 16th notes followed by four 32nd notes. The two 16th notes are both flams. The right-handed flam is not accented. The left-handed flam is accented. Okay, so it requires some careful stick placement there. And what's very difficult is that left-handed accent begins another single group. Okay, slow down, that's Okay, so that takes us through the first 3 beats of measure 4, and when you get that all together, it's okay, and that seems a little discombobulated out of place. That's because the first right hand of that is actually connected to sort of the phrase of the end of measure 3. But when we put it all together, this is measure 3 and 4 through the 3rd beat of measure 4, it sounds a little more coherent. Okay. And so after that, we're left with the 4th beat of measure 4, which is 2 groups of 16th note triplets buzzed, and that of course makes a 13-stroke roll when you add it to the accented right, which is the downbeat of the of measure 5. So. And really, we can just treat that as a pickup note into the second part. Okay. So that's it. Let me play the whole thing again for you, and then I'll play measure 1 through measure 4 so you can hear how it flows. So here's measure 3 and 4. Okay. Here's from the top to measure 4. That's beat 4 is the pickup to the next part. All right.